Imagine, more than 280 years ago in 1732, you traveled to one of the first permanent settlements in what would later be called Vincennes, Indiana. Vincennes is in southwestern Indiana along the Wabash River. Many settlements, including Native American settlements, were near water. Why do you think water could be so important? It provided food, water to drink, and the waterways helped them to travel. After Robert de La Salle's visit, more French explorers arrived, and there are three important areas that they influenced: Fort Wayne in northeast Indiana, West Lafayette, northwest of central Indiana, and Vincennes. Fort Vincennes was part of New France and was created to help protect the French interests in the fur trade. If it remained New France, we could be talking French now instead of English. The French fur traders lived alongside the Pankashaw village. The French and the Pankashaw were like business partners. This means that they helped each other and also helped to protect each other against any enemy. The French fur traders traded with the Native Americans for furs to send back to France. The Native Americans traded the furs to receive jewelry, utensils, silver, muskets, and more. The relationship between the French and the Native Americans was mutually beneficial, which means it helped both sides equally.
So when the British took control following the French and Indian War, they were after much the same thing, the economic gain based on the trade. They really didn't do it as well as the French, so they had a little bit of trouble. So the French had really developed this intricate system and strong allegiances, and the British were not so good. There was also a bit of a problem where British settlers were starting to kind of encroach. So all these things were starting to impact communities in a different way. There were also warfare happening to the north and to the east. So that's kind of displacing Native American communities who are pushing farther and farther to the west. So we started getting more and more conflict into the area at about this time.
In 1800, Vincennes became the capital of the newly formed Indiana Territory. It was an established community. And while it isn't in the middle of our current state, it was in the middle of where most of the settlers lived. William Henry Harrison was named the first governor of the Indiana Territory, but the territory's legislature moved the capital to Corydon in 1813 to help lessen Harrison's political power in the state. Harrison goes on to become the 9th president in 1841. Corydon would be the state's capital until 1825, when it was moved to Indianapolis. Vincennes had a huge impact as it was the cultural and historical center for Indiana and the Midwest. It is a city of firsts, as the first capital of the Indiana Territory and the location of the first newspaper, first bank, first medical society, and first university in Indiana. What do you think historians will say about your city in 200 years?